Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Coffee Run Live. It is Monday morning. Oh gosh, a little croaky this morning. So welcome. A brand new start to a lovely shiny week. I love Mondays. I love the whole feeling of sparkly freshness, like the we don't know what the week is going to bring, and it's almost like we get this whole clean slate kind of feel, I reckon anyway, at the start of every week. Good morning, Gary. So I'm really excited about that. For those of you in the States, it's obviously Sunday, so you've got maybe a good 12, 15 hours before you get stuck into your Monday morning. So one of the things that I've been thinking about was what we could talk about in terms of, getting you guys motivated and excited and get your mojo ready for the week. And before I get into that, I thought it was kind of interesting. It was really cold, not as cold, Gary, where you are, probably also in summer, given you're in Canada, but it was really cold here this morning. So we had an overnight low of 2 degrees, I believe, and we still walk every morning. So we're all like fully rugged up. We had beanies on. I had an extra hoodie and my big puffer jacket and my gloves, and off we went on our walk to get the cobwebs out. And as we were walking around, we were talking about some different things with the kids and my husband and I. So the backstory of this, my son plays baseball and he plays both in under 10s. Good morning, Tamara. Plays both under 10s and under 13s. He's only just turned 10. So he's got this real awesome natural ability to be able to play. And some of the other kids in the team, it's their first year, or, my son's been playing for 4 years. Not that really makes any difference, but he's always been this sporty kind of kid. And so we were talking about making sure that people and kids have capacity to be able to go and try new positions to see if they like what it is that they're doing, but we've got to give them a chance to actually experience different roles within the game and doing different things. So there's that thing. The other thing that this made me think about was that I remember I guess like where the conversation had gone with that, I'll try and make this make sense for you. So where the conversation had gone with this is there are some kids that are just like, they're out there dancing in the field, which is hilariously, it's gorgeous, right? It's so cute to watch, but their head is not in the game. And when people are trying to win or trying to play their best, it can be a little bit frustrating when other players don't necessarily have that same drive or same attention and stuff like that. So we were talking about this and the importance of kids being able to get in and try. Now, I was explaining to Dom, my husband, that, we can't manage somebody else's timeline, right? Like these kids, something inside of them might one day just go, bang, you know what, this is my most favorite thing to do, and this is what I really want to do, and this is a position that I want to play in, and whatever else. But we can't manage that timeline. You've just got to give these children the opportunity to play and try in different places in order to work out, number one, if this is what they still want to do, and number two, if they're having fun doing it, right? Now, I remember being, I reckon, in, I don't know, maybe year 8, and I've been playing the violin since year 4. So my poor parents, I don't know what made them give me permission to play a string instrument, let alone a violin. I don't know about you guys, if you've heard, like, children learning to play the violin. I don't know how people's ears weren't bleeding. So I felt like in year 8, maybe it was year 9, I can't remember. I felt like it was a real chore. I felt like I was being forced to practice. I felt like I was being forced to be in the school band and forced to do lessons and things like that. I mean, I liked it, but it felt forced. And it wasn't actually until I'd had a conversation with my mother, and she had said, well, you know what, if you want to quit, if you want to stop, then that's fine. But we've got to get you through to the end of this term, and then it's your choice, whatever you want to do. And I remember maybe it must have been maybe it was year 7, because I feel like I was a young person being able to make this, what felt like a really big decision. And for me, that permission to choose made all the difference. I was like, okay, great, well, let's just see what happens. And I kept playing, and because I didn't feel like there was all of this external pressure to perform and that I had to practice and that this is something I had to do, that feeling of it being a chore was removed. So it was like a switch had flicked. It was just like, wow, this is actually really fun, and I can play, and I like play, not just like play, but I can play, I could experiment, I could try different things, because I felt like I didn't have to sit down that regimented path of this is what we have to do. And I think that the same thing happened for me, or a very similar thing happened for me with roller derby, and a very similar thing has happened for me with work, with my business, and how I market and how I do what I do. So it was kind of interesting, and I hope that this is making sense and you're seeing the metaphors in this, that just because if you're doing something because you feel like you have to do it, because you have to be an entrepreneur, because you have to run your own business, because you have to do marketing, because you have to do the blah, blah, blah thing, that you can do that bit. Like that's kind of like the hustle piece, right? That hustle and grind and push and all of that. If we're always feeling like that, then there will come a point in time where you go, fuck this, I don't want to do this anymore, and you need to choose. Excuse me, guys. So I suppose the moral of the story here is where I really, really strongly encourage you guys to give yourself permission to be okay with whatever freaking choice it is that you want to make, that you feel like you need to make. And that's going to create a massive flow and ripple effect into everything that you do. So deciding to go back to roller skating earlier this year, you know, I'm doing stuff that right now, I've not skated for maybe 18 months to 2 years. And it's almost like, again, like this switch has just flicked, and I'm able to do things that I hadn't been able to do before, like even though I practiced really, really hard, because I felt like there was all of this pressure. So in order for you to have your best week yet, how can you remove and or reduce some of this pressure to perform, this pressure to get it right, this pressure to try everything, this pressure to try and get results, instant results yesterday, just add water? What can you do in order to make it more fun to play? And I know I said this last week in the live on Monday, and I probably said it the week before, because it is my whole, the big thing that I'm talking about right now. It's doing things in the way that you really want to do them, right? And in a way that feels really awesome for you. So that's kind of the Monday Mojo today. Just play, give yourself permission, make the choices that you've been putting off. If you've got the choice to do something and you're procrastinating around that choice, then why? Don't keep doing something just because you feel like you have to or because you should, okay? Because you will find other ways of making things work. You know, I made the conscious choice again early this year that, you know what, I am going to run this business. I am going to keep going. This is what I'm here to do. This is why it's important. This is what I love doing, and this is the way that I love to do it. And you know what? Screw everything else, and this is my game. Like, this is what I want to do. So until you kind of make that choice and let go of all the other stuff, it's almost like the turkeys are hanging on your feet when you're trying to soar with the eagles. So let all that shit go, get out there and do what you're here to do, and have fun doing it. All right? That's my little sermon for Monday morning. So that's me for today. Tomorrow we've got Unstoppable Entrepreneur Live. Wednesday morning I'm coming to you live from Radelaide, because why the heck not? Thursday morning we'll be back here for the coffee run and Friday celebrations. So Wednesday is Q&A day. If you've got questions about anything, let me know and I will answer them for you. Oh, that was a bit sing-songy. I'm running a webinar on Thursday. If you guys haven't registered for that yet, it's happening at 12 o'clock Sydney time. I'd love to host you, love to have you there. I will post a link below this video and you can come join me. Good morning, Joe. And that's what we're doing this week. So make it the best one yet. Have fun, follow your heart, make the choices that you need to make and go out there and kick some major fucking ass. All right, see you guys.